And she was so excited. Suddenly she was thrilled that I didn't have a job. Hiya, welcome to Coffee at the Crossroads. I'm Bill, and today I wanted to continue my series on as an expat in the UK, and I'm currently unemployed. So I wanted to kind of dive into that a little bit deeper and take you through some of the things that keep me busy. So I'm calling this the 5 things that I've sort of been focusing on to keep myself busy while I'm trying to find work in my field. So let's jump right in. I mean, I think people like to do these kind of like lists of 5 things or 6 things or 3 things or whatever. So I thought I'd do this. So these are my 5 things that I've been focusing on while I've been unemployed. The reason I kind of wanted to do this is because I did a video called "Am I Unemployed or Am I Retired?" And so I got to thinking, what would retirement look like if I'm retired? What would I do with myself? And there's that sort of, the conventional wisdom is that you should retire towards something rather than running away from something, right? So don't just retire because you hate your job, but rather retire into some new activities or some new something that engages you. And so that got me thinking about this, and some of it's necessity. Some of it is just, it's come about sort of almost organically. So I wanted to take you through that. So let's dive in. The 5 things that I'm focusing on while I'm unemployed. The first is I've really tried to make a focus to get outside more. It's partly activity, but it's just, I find being outside, it kind of lifts my spirits. And as the days are getting longer here in the UK, we're getting into spring, it's much easier to do that. But it's not always doing things that are super active. It's just trying to be outside. So I've been going for walks and spending a bit of time in the garden and kind of doing stuff around the house and in and out and stuff. But one of the things I've also been doing is trying to get down to the beach to read a book down by the water. I find that really, really sort of invigorating and really lifts my spirits. So I almost referred to it as the waterfront. Go down to the waterfront, but I've been told that Brits don't use that term. They don't say waterfront. They say shore or beach, I guess. So I've been trying to go down to the beach or the waterfront to read my book. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, it's sort of part of that is I've been trying to be more active, more of a focus on my personal fitness. So getting up and working out, doing some resistance training and just being more active, just more mindful to get moving and doing stuff. And part of getting outside is going for walks and all that stuff, but just trying to be more active and trying to be more physically fit. I find that's really good for my mental health, really good. Again, if I do a good workout, I feel good and all that stuff. And so, I'm 58. So, keeping myself fit is important. And so, now I've got a little bit more time. It's easier to do that. The third thing is reading. This is a big one. When I'm working, I find between commuting and focus on work and all that stuff, I find that I have very little time to read. I have to read for work. So, lots of reading going on at work, but it's not like that kind of relaxing pleasure reading. It's like reading and making notes and doing all that kind of stuff, right? So, and I love reading. And there have been times in my life where I've, devoured books and all that stuff, but then it can be really easy to, for time to kind of get away on you, and you're busy with work and you've got these other responsibilities and you've got this and you've got that and all that stuff, so reading is one of the things that I personally, it often slips. And so having this time now, it's been great. I've been able to read more for pleasure, and that's really, really great. I wanted to share a few of the books that I've been reading because it's a little bit eclectic, but I've been kind of trying to focus on 20th century literature. So I was gonna share them. I read Fahrenheit 451 which is a book from the 50s. It's a bit sort of a bit depressing, but interesting. I read Beowulf. My daughter gave me this for Christmas, and so I read that. Again, that's not 20th century literature. For all you lit people, that is not 20th century literature. Beowulf is whatever, it's 1,000 years old or whatever. I read, this is one of my favorites. I read The Outsider, or L'étranger, The Stranger, by Albert Camus. Fantastic. That's probably one of my favorites of the books that I've read. And just finished On the Road by Jack Kerouac, which is an interesting one. For those of you who've read it, you'll know what I mean. It's a bit out there, a bit zany, but Jack Kerouac is somebody that I'd heard a lot about, and he's sort of famous beat writer, and he framed the Beat Generation and all that stuff, and I had never read anything by him. So I just finished that. I am about to jump into, I'm not sure, I might read, I've got a couple Aldous Huxley books that I might read. I've got some Kafka. I don't know, I kind of go out and I find these books and I'm like, hey, I'll read that. So anyway, reading has been a really big one, and I find it so enjoyable. And like I said, I go down to the waterfront, or down to the beach, and on a sunny day, I can sit down there and read a little bit. It's really, really great. So that's been one that I've really taken advantage of, having more time. The fourth thing is I've started playing guitar again. I am atrocious as a guitarist, I'll tell you right now. I would never subject anyone to my playing other than my poor wife. But I enjoy it. It's one of those things where, particularly in the evenings, it's kind of cathartic to just kind of like plunk around. And I'm like your total campfire guitarist, like I know my 4 chords or whatever, ching, ching, ching. I'm terrible, but it's something that I enjoy doing. And it's nice when you've got time to do something that I'm not doing it with a purpose. I'm not going to perform. I'm not trying to master some amazingly difficult songs or anything like that. I'm really just doing it for the process. And that's one of the things that guitar kind of gives me, is it allows me, it's just something that I do, and I'm not good at it, but it's still enjoyable. So that's the fourth thing that has been taking up my time. And the fifth thing is really interesting. It's cooking. Interestingly, when my contract ended, my wife was kind of, she was kind of complaining. She was like, "Oh man, I hate prepping meals, and I hate doing this, and hate having to figure out what we're going to have, and this and that." And I said to her, I said, "You realize when my contract ends that, like, I'll have more time and I'll do the cooking." And my wife is a better cook than me, but I said I would do that. And she was so excited. Suddenly she was thrilled that I didn't have a job. It was hilarious. She was like, "Are you kidding? Oh, this is fantastic." So I think my wife really cooks for the process of, hey, we need to eat, so I'm going to cook something. She doesn't get a ton of enjoyment out of it. I think she likes baking and stuff like that, but cooking is more of a chore. And so, of course, having time, it made sense that I would cook. So I'm getting better as a cook. I've always been able to kind of cook. I can kind of fend for myself. But what I've found is I've done it out of necessity, but I found that I really enjoy it. So I've been perfecting some recipes, and I'm trying new things, and some successful and some less successful, but I really enjoy the process. And so, not that I would ever want to do it as a career or anything like that. I don't, I wouldn't subject anyone else to that, to my cooking. But again, kind of like the guitar, it's just something that I actually enjoy doing. And I do a weekly meal plan, and now I do the shopping list for all the things that I'm going to make, and all that stuff. And I've got some go-to things, and I've been, that we go to every week, or, every couple of weeks. But most importantly, it's just been enjoyable, and that's it's a bit of a surprise for me. I honestly, if somebody had said a year ago, oh, what's going to take up your time if you're in between contracts or if you retire, what's going to take up your time, I would have said, oh, I'm going to get more healthy and more active, and I would have said that I'm going to get back into reading. And there's some of those things that would have been more predictable. I would not have said cooking, and yet I really enjoy it. So that's one of the kind of happy discoveries, I guess you'd say. So yeah, that's kind of it. So those are the kind of 5 things that have been take up my day, and sort of that I've been focusing on to fill my time. So getting outside and enjoying some outside time, focusing on fitness is the second thing. Reading is an important one. Playing a bit of guitar, and then cooking. Yeah, so those are the 5. And yeah, so I guess I'll kind of wrap it up there. I'd love to hear from you, as always. If you got this far, as I always say, listening to me ramble, if you got this far, thank you very much. Now is the time I'm going to ask you to give me a thumbs up if you can. That's really helpful. Leave a comment. Comments are great. They allow me to interact with people, and they kind of, they help the YouTube people figure out what people are watching and stuff like that. And then of course, if I can ask you to subscribe, because I'm trying to build an online community. So if you can do that, that would be fantastic. But most importantly, I'd love to hear from you. Like, if you're retired, what fills your time? What do you do? If you're not retired, but soon will be, what are you looking forward to? What are you focusing, going, when I've got more time, I'm going to do this. I know that people do pottery, and they like knitting, and they do, wood carving, and, building stuff. And some people are tinkerers and all that stuff. And all that stuff is really healthy, right? Like, working with your hands and kind of actually, that kind of creative, physical kind of, So I'd love to hear what do you have planned when you've got more time? And I'd love to hear books. If you've got some recommendations for books. I've got a stack of books that I've got to get through, but I'm always eager to hear what people are reading and what's kind of really, resonating with them. And so, please leave that in a comment, or if you've got a question or a comment, I'd love to hear. And with that, I'll wrap it up. Until next time, I'm Bill, and this is Coffee at the Crossroads. Cheers.